All right. Good morning, tribe, and welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, broadcasting live from Ravenscar, my backyard. I got coffee, got no donuts. So, all right, starting early because people are going back. I'm sitting here. I can hear the traffic on I-45 roaring by, and I was just thinking back to months and months and months ago when sitting out here there was no traffic sound. So it's kind of exciting that the traffic sound is back. Hey, good morning, Alan. How are you today? Another weekend passed. The week begins. It's Monday. A little stressed. Got some. When I joined up with the Medicine Man Plant Company, I did not realize how much of my warrior blood is needed. Hey, Bernice, good morning. Hey, Evie Joe. It's been a while, hasn't it? I haven't seen you around in a while. But, yeah, more battles, more Amazon battles, more everything. We did get caps. Pretty exciting. We got caps. So we'll be able to make the next batch of things. Hey, Tammy. Yep, I'm here. It's early. I know people have to leave early now. Like I said, I can hear the traffic going. People are, some people are returning to work. Hopefully lots of people. And I could either sit here and scan through social media and, with the detriments that brings to you, or I could just join the tribe. It's like, hey, let's get the tribe up. Hey, good morning, Jonathan. Okay, Evie, working in the garden. It's the August in Houston is like the 1 month during the year where there's not a whole lot of gardening stuff worth doing other than maybe clearing out old plants and getting ready for new plants. That comes September, things will be rocking, which I guess is in a day. Wow, cool. I'm sorry, there are mosquitoes out here. We did get some rain. And so with rain come mosquitoes. Hey, good morning, Robert. Oh, well, I'd rather have mosquitoes and rain than no rain, though. So. Hey, Kimberlyn. Oh, cool, Evie. You started the pumpkin patch. Yeah, I guess that would be time. Getting them ready for Halloween there. Hey, Sherry. Do you eat any of the pumpkin too, Evie? Or do you just do jack-o'-lanterns? Or do you just do like jack-o'-lanterns and the seeds, or do you actually do like actual cooked pumpkin? Because cooked pumpkin is actually pretty good. Hey, Mary. Good morning. Man, I made my coffee extra strong this morning because it was kind of a stressful sleep last night. I was tossing and turning, thinking of everything that needs to be done. And I need to make my coffee this strong later because I like the flavor of it. It's up here. Jonathan, I found some ash tree bolete growing in my yard. This is a mushroom. Weird looking fungi, yes. And a polypore, but very pretty looking and very thick. And some are edible and some are not. And I haven't yet figured out how to tell them all apart because there's subtle but important differences. Oh, and for those of you following the Facebook feed and all that, I'll be posting a number of mushrooms this week on the Facebook and Instagram, just because we're entering again mushroom season. Oh, cool. So Mary Catherine says, I found a common persimmon growing over my fence from the green space. I'm so excited for them to ripen. Cool. Remember, they're ripe when, they have that crown. And when that crown easily dislodges from the fruit, this being the fruit, this being the crown, that's when they're ripe. You don't have to worry about, frost or this or that. It's the fruit will tell you when it's ripe when that crown just boop, comes right off the fruit. Hey, good morning, Carrie. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Getting my numbers up. So for years, Mrs. Weather was the mosquito magnet. Like we'd be out, I would get no bites. She would get 30 or 40 bites. But Minnie Weather has taken over that role. As apparently delicious as Mrs. Weather is, Minnie Weather is even more so. And so now the mosquitoes flock to her. But that being said, she's still my outdoors girl, so that's good. Especially Monday nights. It's Monday night, so she and I will probably do our dad-daughter walk tonight, which is awesome. All right, Curtis, I have a question. Will the immunity pill affect a person who has fib? Are we talking the fibroside? What the hell is that? Didn't take my brain pill this morning. I don't know enough about the cystic fibrosis. Is that what you're talking about, Curtis? Cystic fibrosis? I don't know enough about the particulars of that disease. It would be something to discuss with the doctor. Or are we talking AFib like the heart? No, I'm not sure. So AFib like the heart? I can't think of any reason why it would, but without more details, there's still the question. The safest bet would be to run it past the doctor, mustache hair, and double check. But if it's AFib, like the heart thing, it should not do anything there. Yeah, I got bored. It wasn't so much boredom. It was rejecting social media, just passively like reading articles and so forth and deciding, you know what, let's just start the band rolling. And yep, 2 storms heading into the Gulf. That's why this week on Merriweather's World, we will have the return of Professor Brandon Laurie. And he and I will be discussing after the storm type tips. You know, if you are in an area that got wailed on and knocked out. Thankfully, neither of us have been in that bad of a situation. But, you know, we still have some things, some experience. Like I said, Ike, I was without power for 6 days, and he was out longer than that, I believe. And he actually lives up in Willis, where I believe they were having the Entergy power outs even after the Laura here. So yeah, so this week on Merriweather's World, more hurricane prep stuff. Oops. Okay. Atrial fibrillation. I'm a chemist, not an English major. I don't know enough about that. I'd have to look more into it. I'm assuming it is not an autoimmune issue. It is more of a heart wiring situation, and there really shouldn't be any reason where any of the compounds in the immunity pill would affect that. This is interesting. Gary says, had a friend with epilepsy. He never got bit by mosquitoes. Always claimed it was on his drugs, the epilepsy drugs. That's interesting. I don't know what they take for epilepsy. Oops. Okay, so Curtis, yeah. So the AFib, to be 100% sure, talk with the doctor. But off the top of my head, I can't think of any reason why the immune pill would have an effect on the heart. Especially in the wiring that controls the beating of the heart. Yeah, I don't have enough experience with the heart condition of that nature. So it really would be best just to run it past the doctor. Hey, good morning, Tina. Okay, Tammy. 3 pills ordered, packed all different ways. Oh, Lord. Liver came boxed in bubble wrap. That's the way it's supposed to do. One came not bubble, but in a box, and the other was in bubble in an envelope. Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. Okay. If possible, Tammy, can you? You may not be able to take pictures anymore, or if you happen to have the packaging, if you look on it where it was shipped from, it might also be in your tracking data. We're trying to build a table of the different Amazon warehouses and which ones are shipping the products properly in the box with the bubble wrap, and which ones are not. In particular, the box, just the box rolling around in the box. So if you have that information, I would really appreciate it, Tammy, if you could just PM me or email me with it. But we'll see. But that would help, because it looks like different facilities are shipping it out in different ways. Hey, good morning, Kelsey. Interactions with warfarin could be concerning. The at least in the immune pill, there isn't anything there. Liver pill and even the brain pill would have a little bit with that, but not the immune pill off the top of my head. Hey, good morning, Joe. Hey, Terry. Good morning, Chris. Oh, Evie, yes. In fact, I was talking to them just yesterday. They had some power outages, but that won't affect the class itself. Please keep in mind, it's a fairly primitive location, so there will be a porta potty, and there will be, but the trails are dirt, rough, somewhat uneven. We'll be occasionally climbing over branches and so forth. So be ready for several hours out in the woods if you're coming to the September 5th class next weekend. Oh, okay, Chris. Chris Holkett asked, does wine cup grow from clippings? Like if you harvested the tubers, could you plant the greens to establish new plants? That's a good question, Chris. So let's start with the tuber. If you dig up a wine cup and then try and plant the tuber somewhere else, it will not grow. The tuber is very sensitive. It has all these little fine hairs coming off it and fine roots. And if those are damaged, they don't regrow and the plant dies. So digging up a wine cup and transplanting it is pretty tough. Now, that being said, can you do it from a cutting? And I really don't know. Now, they are in the mallow family, which are generally pretty good at growing from cuttings, so it would be worth trying. I think what might perhaps be the best luck, and I'm just guessing here, this is just a scientific wild-ass guess, is if you take the whole top of the tuber, so you got the tuber, you got all the branches coming off the tuber. If you cut that off, just get like a 1/4 inch of the tuber and put that in some water, and maybe that might start growing, kind of like what you can do with beets and carrots and onions and all these other things. But an individual branch, it's worth trying. In fact, if you have access to wine cups, Chris, please try it and report back to the tribe, because that would be great. Hey, good morning, Donald. Good morning, Deanna. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Mike. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Johnny. Yeah, well, I started early, Johnny, so. Alicia, I just see loading. Anyone else? Try refreshing your page, Alicia. I don't know if you can hear me, but try refreshing your page. Hey, Julie. Hey, Coffee. Okay, I gotta say, you all are amazing, because I tossed and turned all night long, stressed out about stuff, and even like I was cooking my egg this morning, I was just that dark cloud over me, and now the tribe is here and everything is good. So thank you for lifting my spirits. I appreciate that. You don't know how important you all are to me and just keeping me going day after day. I'm tearing up. Okay. Hey, Coffee. Yes, Coffee. Hey, Coffee. I love coffee. Oh man, this is not a product endorsement or anything. No, it's a terrible vice, so I'm not going to bring it up. Never mind. But those of you who know me. I used to be a big fan of Rockstar energy drinks, and I still am a big fan of Rockstar energy drinks. But then I found Bang, and it's calorie free, and it's all plants and stuff. Oh. Dad and Mom are here. Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. Mom had a decent night's sleep. She is up. Are you cooking for her, Dad? making some breakfast for her? It's good to know. I guess this week, Dad, is there much going on health-wise? I mean, she's not going in for chemo or testing or anything like that. Is she, Dad? Let us know. Okay, Tina. Yes. So, Tina Cobbs, any ideas when you will be doing a class around Kingwood, Humble, maybe? Sam Houston International Forest, Cold Spring area. I have 7 acres in a neighborhood of 20. We'd love to host a class. Okay, a couple of things. First, as far as classes in the Kingwood area, normally I am at the Pioneer Day celebration, first or second weekend in November at the Jesse H. Jones Park. I have a little info table set up there with, usually probably 20 plants on it. So if you haven't been to the Pioneer Day celebration, you definitely should check it out. But I don't know if they're having it this year. So there's issues there. If they have it, it will be, like I said, at the Jesse H. Jones Park and Nature Center right off 1960 over by the airport. And that will be the first or second Thursday. I need to check my calendar. As far as hosting a class, here's what you need to keep in mind. You need a ton of insurance because, let me just pop this down here because I like to see my lower chin. Okay, so Tina, or anyone really wanting to have me come out and host me to have a public open class where you have strangers walking on your property, like I said, you need to have just an absolute ton of insurance that will cover such an event, because if someone twists an ankle or just decides, hey, here's a fruit ripe for picking, and by fruit I mean you or your bank account, and just pretends to fall. Anyway, you need to protect yourself against anyone getting hurt. You need to protect me in the same way. One of the things is I need to be covered under your insurance. And also, you need the publicly accessible restrooms. So either you have to let people into your house to use your bathroom, or you need to do get a porta potty or something like that there. So that being said, if you want a private class, I don't got time right now. I'm sorry. I get requests day in and day out for, hey, I got X amount of property up in my land. Can you come up? And it's like, the weekends where I'm not teaching are the weekends where I'm actually spending some time with my family. And since Miniweather is a senior this year, I don't get much time left with her. So for you to convince me to come up and spend time with you rather than Miniweather would require just a buttload of money. So anyway, keep that in mind. If you have the insurance and you can support that sort of thing, then yeah, we can talk about it. But I would really recommend, if you don't, talk to your insurance agent and find out just what it would cover to, have like 20 random strangers wandering around your property. Okay, hey, uncommon bees and buzzed honey. Yes, I'm saving buzzed honey nowadays for those days here at home where I need that power. I have the power. So the bang and the rock star for when I'm out on the road. But yes, definitely the buzzed honey. And by the way, do you have power back? Oh, this is awesome. Hey, Deanna. So your 11-year-old daughter is a huge fan too. She wants you to know she's eating beauty berries on her way to 6th grade. That's awesome. You need to get your daughter and my daughter together. Cool. Tell her I said hi. Hey, Sherry. Okay, cool. Same to you. I look forward to the chats in the morning. Cheers me up too. It's what we are designed to be. Like we discussed last week. People are a herd animal. They are a social animal. They need that physical and mental bonus of people being around them. And right now, the physical side is kind of hard to do, but at least we got the mental side and we got that going on. So there is that. Hey, Melanie, I used to drink white Monsters because they use erythritol, which is keto friendly. You might look into the Bang. In fact, the next time you're in the store, just look over the ingredients of Bang, Melanie, and let me know if they are keto friendly. They are sugar free and zero cal and fruit juice and all the other monster type stuff in there. I find they don't work quite as good as Rockstar, but they still do a good job. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. People are saying hi. Wow, Pioneer Days, I first ran into you in 20 years ago, the pushing. That might have been it. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right, because that would fit in with other aspects of your lifestyle. So, cool. Yep, I'm usually across, well, kitty corner across from the push and selling dude. They put me over by the smokehouse, which at first I thought was awesome because I could like snag, smoked meat all day. But I always have a crowd around my demonstration table, and so I can't actually escape. There was one lady that would smuggle me stick bread every so often, and that was awesome. But usually I'm just sitting there the whole time talking. Hey, Jenny, good morning. Okay, Uncommon Bee, still on a generator. Don't need much power, and that's plenty. Okay, cool. Hey, let me know. I forget, do you use gas or do you use propane for your generator? Because I got some. I might have some gas if you do. I need to check it. Oh wow, Stacy. Okay, my daughter is a senior this year too. Finding your site online was a huge supporting factor when we started foraging when she was little. Oh wow. She even did a whole foraging presentation at school in the 6th grade. Now that is awesome. Thank you, Stacy, for sharing that. Give your daughter a high five. Yep. Yeah, Melanie, that's kind of, I've replaced the very rare soda with the very rare Bang drink. Mosquito. I like the black cherry Bang, though the pina colada one is surprisingly good too. Hey, good morning, John Mark. Haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Venice, when will you bring another nature walk teaching? So actually starting this coming weekend, September 5th, I'll be up in Jasper. And then the 12th and 13th, I'll be up in Austin, and then a whole bunch more. If you go to the Foraging Texas website, and let me just pop this up here, there's a whole page on upcoming classes. So let me get that link. Let's see, upcoming foraging classes. So here's the link on upcoming classes, and then we'll go. And you can check it out, see if there's anything close to you. Oh, awesome, Melanie. Okay, yeah, you can be my gatherer, hunter. I guess if it's meat, it would be hunter. You can be Melanie the Huntress. Excellent. I appreciate that. So that's funny. They actually have a secret area where all the presenters can go and get some really awesome food, and you're supposed to kind of stagger between 11:30 and 1:30 is when you're supposed to sneak off and do it. But I don't have anyone to cover my table, and I'm always surrounded by people, so I can never get out until like the show ends at 4. And then I sneak over and scrape the bottom of the Dutch ovens and stuff. But so be it. Let's see. Whoop. Okay, Stacy. No, the guy doing the Yopan tea. Oh man, suddenly I can't remember his name. He's not me, but I send him over there. He is the potions and medicinal seller. He has the display of the Pioneer medicines and some of the food, and then I do more of the foraging stuff. Yeah, I haven't been there in a while now. The class I was supposed to have last spring, or yeah, I guess it was spring, got canceled due to COVID. And I haven't talked to them. Man, the new facility that they rebuilt after the flooding is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. I need to get out there again. Hey, Kelsey. Yeah, it's definitely hot. When I walked out here, my computer suddenly was covered in condensation. It's like, ooh, that ain't good. So I was like frantically drying it off, and I had a fan blowing and things on it. Hopefully it'll be okay. But stay safe and hydrate. Definitely hydrate. Oh, I don't know Jet Alert. Of course, I was a guy that back in college, back in the the late '80s, I would dissolve some No-Dos in Mountain Dew, and away I'd go. Hey, good morning, April. Hope you're doing better, and let me know what's happening with your friend's son. Feel like an old person who listens to talk radio. I had to tune in on my ride home from the store. Hey, good morning, and welcome to KVOR. I don't know. This is my radio show. Cool. Oh, yes. Kefir. That's another good thing. The fermented stuff, very, 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 very healthy for you. Very easy to make and a really good taste. I like the tanginess of it. So it gives me, one of the things I always liked about sodas that was really hard to give up was that bite that they have. I really like that. There's not a lot of other drinks that had that, but yeah, the kefir does. Wait, see Marty? Monty was the guy. Marty, I think it was Marty was his name. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Jesse Jones is an awesome park. Hey, good morning, S. Kelsey. Yeah, it's best that you don't have it anymore. And what sucks is right when I started giving up sodas is when they came out with the real sugar versions again. And I had one of the real sugar Mountain Dews, and it's like, my childhood returns to me. I am now 7. Star Wars just came out. But yeah, you got to give certain things up. I was going to say, you don't do that now, but then I see your picture. So, Jonathan, in the late 80s, I wore fingerless gloves and combed my hair with a switchblade comb. So I graduated high school in 86 and then spent the next 10 years in college. So just to put things, I managed to avoid real life for a whole another 10 years. Ooh, that would be good. You know what? Maybe I need to do that for one of Meriwether's World. That's an idea. So April's saying a water kefir class. Did you have a skateboard, Jonathan? That's one of the things I hate about being no longer young. Is I know now if I were on a skateboard, if I fell wrong, it would be really bad. Yep. Melon, if you're going to drink soda, the real sugar ones taste way better than the corn syrup ones. Most definitely. Most definitely. Oh, yeah, the switchblade comes. And I have to admit, I did not have one, but my older brother, the one with the big long beard, did. Manyweather is mentioning how at her school, one of the kids has a butterfly knife pen. And that's what I like. The butterfly knives, oh, yeah, butterfly knives are where it was at. But the butterfly pen caused a bit of disturbance at first, but now it's okay, which is kind of, shows the coolness of the school. Oh, Charles. Okay, so I've been making water kefir for a long time. Ginger is my favorite. Are the benefits real? Yeah, a lot of them are. The vitamins, the minerals, the health benefits. The fermentation is, or the, I don't want to say this. Okay, so let's talk about evolutionary diet again. And one of the things that made humans what we are was our ability to figure out how to preserve food. And fermentation was an awesome way of preserving food. If you think about fermentation, this is going to sound Professor Dr. Mark Vorderbrücken giving a lecture. Fermentation is basically controlled spoiling of the food, having it interact with good bacteria rather than bad bacteria. And so it was one of the things that we evolved with. And so we kind of, got a lot of benefit from it, from that co-evolution, if you will, the different fermentation benefits and all the compounds that come out of it. So something to keep in mind. That's the short answer. So yes, the benefits are real, Charles. Okay, you know what? This is a good question. Are artificial sweeteners bad for you, or is that all just woo-woo? I honestly don't know. I have not spent enough time looking into it. There are so many different things in the world that one could spend their time looking into, and I've had to pick and choose. And so the whole artificial sweeteners controversy is one that I haven't. Just train of thought, since you asked, I'm going to apply what I know about it and make some thoughts. And part of it is, so around 1400 years ago, corn supplemented ragweed as one of the major grains, or we'll call it seed crops. Before that, North America, a lot of the Native Americans all across North America cultivated ragweed for the seeds. But then when corn showed up, corn did even better. You could get even more calories from it. And so suddenly corn was the food to eat. So at least the Native Americans were eating lots of corn. We show up and we go, wow, this corn thing, this is pretty awesome. So away we went with it. It's still used a lot. What is it? Makes up 1/4 of people's diet nowadays. There's like 8 plants that people eat nowadays, and corn makes up 1/4 of those. So there were a lot of benefits for corn, especially the unprocessed. Well, you do the nicotizing. You got to do the bleach to the shell so that you can get the thiamine out of it. Hope you don't mind me babbling like this. Now, long story short, people have been eating corn for a long time. The question I don't know is the corn syrup. Is that some sort of modified product from the corn, or is it just squeezed from the corn? And that's what I got to know. I think the main issue with corn syrup is not that it itself is chemically good or bad per se, as much as how much of it everyone is getting. Like, a little bit of anything is generally okay. It's when you start getting excessive amounts. And corn syrup is one of those things that at least Americans get in everything, food and drinks and all that. And so it might be a problem there, that it's just too much of a good thing. So whether it is or not, I don't know. But I think the issue is more how much people are getting rather than anything about it by itself. Yeah, and as Melanie points out, they aren't good for you, but real sugar really isn't good for you too. It was interesting, the sugar, what we know as sugar and the sugar, I think it was the sugar beets, were one of the things that were brought back to Europe from the Crusades. Before that, there really wasn't sugar in Europe. What they had was honey. So something to keep in mind there. We didn't spend a lot of time evolving with what we know nowadays as sugar. But yeah, and in fact, I will say that, like Melanie. But if you're going to do something unhealthy, I recommend actual sugar versus chemical sweeteners. And I'm there with you. Like my kids, they'll want a Diet Coke, and I'll say, you know what, you are better off with the real Coke than a Diet Coke. If you're gonna, just go with it. And Jonathan, corn tastes better than ragweed too. Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Mm. Look, the birds are noisy this morning. Yeah, Kelsey, you are right. It is hard to find things without corn syrup in it. Look. And if you look back at it, corn has been genetically modified for the last, probably 2,000 years since it first showed up. But yeah, corn. It's interesting. If you look into the history of the corn, there's still some argument as over what was the plant that it was bred from. Because it pretty much almost sprang magically into existence in South America a number of centuries ago, and scientists still haven't. They have some ideas as to which grass led to, was bred to make corn, but not enough to be absolutely 100% positive. It's aliens. Pretty cool though. Let's see, Tina. It's the way the body processes fructose, which is high in corn syrup, versus glucose and sugar. Both are processed. Yeah, I could believe that. But yeah, cutting sugar out of my diet has helped a lot. I haven't cut it out completely, but like with my coffee, no cream, no sugar. Some mornings I may put the Uncommon Bees Buzz Honey in it, just for that extra lift, but generally not. It's actually more of a weekend thing. Let's see. Oh, cool. Tina, I spent days researching different sweeteners, such when hubby was diagnosed with diabetes. Yeah. And so you reversed it. So you reversed the diabetes, and diet plays a big role in that, especially if you're right at that pre-diabetic stage. I know my dad hovers there, and so he has to change his diet and do more exercising and drop it down some. Sherry, yes. One of the main reasons there are not donuts at the donut shop is I'm trying to be healthy. So yeah, but like I said, since really the beginning of the COVID thing, I've lost over 30 pounds. I've crept up these last 2 weeks, and so I need to start working more again. But like I said, my goal is 200. I got down to 210, and then I'm up at 215 right now. Ooh, here's a question. Mike, to your knowledge, do deer eat wild Mexican plums? You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. I need to talk to some people and find out if they do. I suspect they would, but I don't know for sure. Oops, I know there's a bunch of things here. Yeah, just cutting sugar in general helps the health a lot. What's the Michael Pollan quote? Eat less food and make more of it plants, something along those lines. I mean, meat definitely has power. And, the fats and everything. Frankly, like you give me a pork chop or a steak with that thick layer of fat on it, and I would rather eat that fat than a piece of candy. And personally, from what I've seen, that's one of the things we evolved doing was eating the fats rather than the sugars. Yeah, I was saying if they love fruit trees, I would think, yeah, the leaves and the tender branch tips and so forth, especially in the winter and spring. But I don't know about the fruit. I need to look into that. That's interesting. Oops. Let's see, I have a mix of monk fruit and erythritol that I use when making coffee or keto desserts. Mix a little heavy cream, chocolate powder, monk fruit, and whip up into mousse. Ooh, that sounds really good, Melanie. The next time we have a zombie squad meetup, you need to bring that. We need to figure out the next zombie squad meetup, too. Yep. Jonathan is absolutely right. Science is stumped a lot when it comes to pre-Spain, Amazon, South America area. There is a great book, 1491. The title of the book is 1491, that basically talks about the Americas, the North and South America before the arrival of Columbus. Absolutely fascinating. The cultures that were here were on par with anything equivalent to Europe, really. The main thing, at least in North America, is they just did not have metal. Yep. Oh man, it's funny. Like my wife and kids are like, "You're eating the fat." It's like, yes, I am eating the fat. I am healthy. Evie. Yep, pork chop fat is the best. I have lots of that in the refrigerator. That's the quote. There we go. There we go. Michelle saying, "Eat food, not too much, mostly plants." Yes. And by eat food, real food, not so much processed. Man, one thing I want to do when it gets just a little cooler is go fishing. I want to catch fish and eat fish so bad. Yep. If you watch Alone, they're all trying to get fats to survive. No one worries about carbs because you are burning fuel. I mean, when you're doing the whole Alone thing, you are definitely going through at least 2,000 calories a day. And it boils down to, the survival of the fattest, really. One of the things before the Alone, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this or not. Oh, well. One of the things that the Alone people, the producers do is the week before they take people out into the wild, they bring them all together in a lodge and just, almost force feed them all sorts of rich food, meats and ice creams and fats and all this stuff just to bulk them up as much as they can. Just, fill out every fat cell in their body so then when they go out, they can last longer. Oops. Oh, holy crap. Okay, sorry. I just saw the time. All right, time for the group take. I noticed there was a bunch of questions there. So, the brain pill. Dun, dun, dun. So, memory, focus, mental acuity, and attention. So, take in 3 of these. Dun, dun, dun. And of course, very important, the immune pill. Support, maintain, prepare, fight. So Medicine Man Plant Co., my company. 3 of these for the day. All right, and let me just quickly put up a link to those for anyone who wants to join the group take. All right, I need to get going here soon. Oh, we got 2 minutes. Where was it? There was someone. Okay, Charles. So going back a bit in today's discussion, those purple berries are beauty berries, and they are edible. Yes, they are edible. The flavor ranges from insipid to somewhat medicinal. But if you make a jelly out of them, something magical occurs. Definitely, Charles, go check out the Foraging Texas website and read up on beauty berries because they actually are some really amazing plants. Okay, and Alan, quick search says yes on deer eating Mexican plums, long-legged hog. Cool. Okay, good to know. So yes to Mexican plums and deer. I guess I shouldn't be surprised because, I mean, deer are, vacuum cleaners, long-legged pigs, as you call them. Oh, cool. My 5-year-old grandbaby wants the squishy parts. We have a big pond, catfish and bass. Nice. Oh, man, that would be nice. I need to go bass fishing with the Texas rig with the worm top fishing. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So it is 8 o'clock. I cannot put the battles off any longer. All right, tribe. Thank you again for lifting my spirits this morning. I truly appreciate you. Wow. And like I said, with everything going on in the world, sticking together is what you got to do rather than pulling apart. Oh, and quick words of wisdom from Chirpy, the feed someone. I mean, last week I mentioned my goal in life is to feed people in a way, that I can spread the information. And so I want you all to start thinking about how can you feed people? Just spread the knowledge, spread the wisdom, spread the blessings, and keep a pack of peanut M&Ms in the car, or a bunch of little packs to toss out to the homeless people, something like that. But think about it. Think, how can you help people by feeding people? All right, everyone. At that note, I really got to get going. Like I said, the battles with Amazon are never ending, but they hopefully will be worth it. I will see you all tomorrow morning, sometime between 7 and 7:30. Basically, when I finish my egg and I'm ready to go. Until then, oops, cheers.